When we visited, I had never read anything you'd written. I have since read some of the things you've written. And it seems to me there's a big disconnect between the person I met in my office and your writings. So some of the things I'm concerned about now are how you view some of the things you've written and said in the last 3 years or so with what you'll take with you into the OCC as a regulator. So I want to ask you some of those questions. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that federal bank regulators, through the use of capital requirements, loan loss reserves, and supervisory standards, mm-hmm. have the legal authority to starve an industry of their sources of capital?
Senator, I do not believe that is right. I do not believe that any federal regulator should have as its goal to starve any specific company of capital. Those decisions should be left to private banks allocating credit.
Will you pledge today not to repeat Operation Choke Point and politicize the banking industry by targeting socially suboptimal companies?
Senator, I will, if confirmed as the comptroller of the currency, I will make sure that that agency acts only within its legal mandate and performs its mission and does not step into the shoes of Congress and other policymakers who need to make those substantive decisions. That I completely can get on board with.
I want to explore a little bit some of your discussions about stablecoins, CBDCs. I got the impression that you believe only in fiat currency. Am I correct in that regard?
No, Senator. Well, let me explain that as an academic, I am struggling with figuring out what the future holds with respect to digital currencies. We are very much in the state of flux now. Technologies are evolving very quickly. My concern, and I have expressed those concerns, is that despite all of the obvious benefits of private digital assets or digital currencies with respect to efficiencies, inclusion, and all these other benefits, we may end up in a situation where, for example, a large company, like a big tech company, might control all of the infrastructure through which the money that every American family, every American business uses in their daily lives moves.
That bothers you?
That worries me.
Why?
Because private companies, as you know, are pursuing private profits, and that is absolutely what they should be doing. And sometimes the pursuit of private profit may cut into our public interest in, for example, allowing everybody equal access, safe access to money.
How do you think that you as a regulator mm-hmm. can make the judgments calls that people don't have adequate access to capital when countries like El Salvador have recognized Bitcoin as legal tender specifically to grant people more access to capital?
Senator, I have not been to El Salvador, but my understanding is that before El Salvador recognized Bitcoin as its official currency, they were using US dollar. And the US dollar is, to me, the best money in the world.
Okay, so do you believe, I want to return to that question, do you believe that a government-issued representation of currency, of value, is superior to private commerce?
I believe that we do have government-issued money right now in this country, and it's working great. And I worry about allowing private innovation to undermine a lot of important public policies that we need to pursue in this country.
Okay, and what are those public policies?
Well, for example, national security. National security is a very important public policy.
Do you think that Bitcoin threatens national security?
I'm not an expert on Bitcoin, but I would worry if all of our financial transactions were up to some blockchain system where, various actors who might actually be located in other countries, not particularly friendly to us, control the functioning of that system. That would be my worry, yes.
You did respond to the gentleman from Rhode Island about concerns about stablecoins and that could reduce the Federal Reserve's ability to execute monetary policy. Monetary policy is carried out in the capital markets, not by the Federal Reserve. Money creation takes place today in the form of commercial bank money from lending. So a stablecoin that's issued by a bank would also be a commercial bank money, backed 100% by reserves. So I'm struggling with your view about digital assets. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, Senator Lummis.